Web3 is filled with thousands of projects making big promises, but most will fail or fade into irrelevance. Finding the legitimate projects with real potential requires cutting through hype, understanding actual use cases, and evaluating teams and technology honestly. In this video, I'll showcase the best Web3 projects worth watching in 2026 across different categories, explain what makes them stand out, their real-world applications, the risks involved, and how to evaluate Web3 projects yourself. Let's dive in. Before highlighting specific projects, let's establish criteria for what makes a Web3 project worth watching. Strong fundamentals matter more than hype. Look for projects with working products that people actually use, not just white papers and promises. Active development with regular GitHub commits and updates indicates a project is building, not just marketing. Real adoption metrics like daily active users, transaction volume, and total value locked provide objective evidence of traction. Team quality and transparency are crucial. Projects with docs teams who have relevant experience and track records inspire more confidence than anonymous teams making grand claims. Transparent communication about challenges and realistic timelines beats constant hype about revolutionary breakthroughs. Sustainable tokenomics, where value accrual makes sense, matters more than artificially inflated yields that can't last. In decentralized finance, Aave remains one of the strongest protocols. Aave is a lending and borrowing platform where users deposit crypto to earn interest or borrow against their holdings. It launched in 2020 and has consistently been among the top DeFi protocols by total value locked, typically holding billions in assets. Aave has proven resilient through multiple market cycles without major exploits. The protocol continuously ships improvements, recently launching Aave version 3 with better capital efficiency and risk management. What makes Aave notable isn't revolutionary technology, but solid execution and risk management. DeFi protocols fail regularly through hacks or poor risk controls. Aave's security track record and conservative approach to adding new assets demonstrates maturity. The protocol generates real revenue from borrowing fees and has sustainable tokenomics where token holders govern the protocol and can stake for rewards. Aave isn't the sexiest project but represents DeFi done responsibly. Uniswap dominates decentralized exchanges and remains the standard for token swapping. Uniswap pioneered automated market makers, where users trade against liquidity pools rather than order books. Despite numerous competitors promising better features or lower fees, Uniswap maintains the most liquidity and trading volume. Network effects make liquidity attract more liquidity, creating a moat that's hard to overcome. Uniswap version 3 introduced concentrated liquidity, allowing liquidity providers to deploy capital more efficiently. The interface is simple enough for beginners, while offering advanced features for power users. Uniswap governance through the Uni token lets holders vote on protocol changes and fee structures. The project represents DeFi infrastructure that actually works at scale, with billions in daily volume. In Web3 social applications, Lens Protocol and Farcaster represent interesting experiments in decentralized social media. Lens Protocol, built on Polygon, creates portable social graphs. Your followers, posts, and identity exist as NFTs you own rather than being controlled by a platform. You can switch between different lens-based applications while keeping your audience and content. Several apps have launched using Lens, including Lenster and Orb, though usage remains niche compared to traditional social media. Farcaster takes a different technical approach, but shares the vision of user-owned social identity. Built by former Coinbase employees, Farcaster stores identity data on-chain while keeping message content off-chain for better performance. Warpcast, the main Farcaster client, has attracted crypto-native users and developers. Both Lens and Farcaster face chicken and egg problems, where users won't join without content and creators won't produce without users. But they represent genuine attempts to reimagine social media with user ownership. For Web3 infrastructure, Chainlink remains the dominant Oracle network. Smart contracts need external data like price feeds, weather information, or sports scores to function. Oracles provide this data securely. Chainlink has become the standard Oracle solution, integrated by virtually every major DeFi protocol. When Aave needs ETH prices or a prediction market needs election results, they typically use Chainlink. Chainlink's market position creates strong network effects. Protocols trust Chainlink because it's battle-tested. More integrations mean more data sources and security. The Link token incentivizes node operators to provide accurate data. Chainlink continues expanding beyond basic price feeds into more complex use cases like verifiable randomness and cross-chain communication. It's not glamorous, but represents critical infrastructure that Web3 needs. In the NFT and gaming space, Immutable X focuses specifically on NFT scaling for games. Built as a Layer 2 on Ethereum using zero-knowledge rollups, Immutable enables instant trades with zero gas fees while maintaining Ethereum's security. Major games like Gods Unchained and Guild of Guardians use Immutable. The platform handles millions of NFT transactions without the cost and speed limitations of Ethereum mainnet. What distinguishes Immutable is its focus on gaming specifically, rather than trying to be everything to everyone. The team has deep gaming industry experience and partnerships with major game studios. Gaming NFTs need different properties than DeFi or art NFTs, and Immutable optimizes for those use cases. The IMX token governs the protocol and rewards users, with tokenomics designed for long-term sustainability rather than short-term yield farming. For decentralized storage, Filecoin and Arweave take different approaches to replacing centralized cloud storage. Filecoin creates a marketplace where people rent unused storage space. Prices adjust based on supply and demand. Filecoin has onboarded petabytes of storage but struggles with user experience complexity and ensuring data persistence. Arweave offers permanent storage with a one-time payment model. You pay once, and your data is stored forever through crypto-economic incentives. Both face challenges competing with centralized storage's convenience and cost, but represent important experiments in decentralized data storage. In identity and credentials, Proof of Humanity and Worldcoin attempt to solve online identity verification differently. Proof of Humanity uses a video submission process and community vouching to create a registry of verified, unique humans. This enables applications requiring one person, one vote, or preventing bots. Worldcoin, co-founded by OpenAI's Sam Altman, uses custom hardware to scan irises, creating unique identifiers. Both face privacy concerns and adoption challenges, but address the real problem of proving you're a unique human online without revealing personal information. Evaluating Web3 projects requires skepticism and due diligence. Don't trust marketing or Twitter hype. Look at on-chain metrics yourself through tools like DeFi Llama for DeFi data or Dune Analytics for custom queries. Check GitHub to verify development is active. Read documentation to understand how projects actually work. Question tokenomics and how value supposedly accrues to token holders. Red flags include anonymous teams making bold claims, tokens with most supply held by founders or early investors, lack of working products despite years of development, unrealistic promises about solving major problems, and communities that attack skeptics rather than address legitimate concerns. Good projects welcome scrutiny and explain their technology and business models clearly. The broader Web3 ecosystem faces ongoing challenges. User experience remains terrible compared to Web2 alternatives. Most people won't deal with private keys, gas fees, and blockchain complexity for marginal benefits. Scalability limitations prevent mainstream adoption even with Layer 2 solutions. Regulatory uncertainty creates risks for projects and users. Speculation dominates over actual use cases, creating boom-bust cycles that harm the ecosystem's reputation. However, legitimate innovation is happening. DeFi protocols have proven you can create financial services without traditional intermediaries. NFTs have demonstrated digital ownership and provenance. Decentralized storage shows alternatives to centralized cloud providers are possible. Web3 social experiments explore user ownership of identity and content. These aren't mature solutions ready for mainstream adoption, but they represent genuine technological progress worth watching. My honest take is that most Web3 projects will fail, but the few that succeed will be significant. The projects highlighted represent current leaders in their categories with working products and real usage, but even these face substantial risks. Web3 remains early, with fundamental challenges around usability, scalability, and business models. For those interested in the space, watching these projects helps understand where real innovation is happening versus where hype dominates. For investors, extreme caution and risk management are essential. Only allocate capital you can afford to lose completely, and focus on projects with fundamentals rather than chasing trends. If you found this overview helpful, make sure to subscribe for more crypto education. We've completed our Web3 deep dive series. Next week, I'm going back to basics with an updated Bitcoin guide featuring all new visuals and 2026 information. Whether you're new to crypto or need a refresher, you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.